Hello everyone, my name is DH96, and today I bring you a 4th generation Pokemon battle against Mervyn. And Mervyn is my good friend in real life, and you know, I know what all you guys are thinking. Oh, 4th gen is so old, why are you still playing 4th gen? Blah blah blah. 4th gen is the only thing my good friend Mervyn has. So I was like, yeah, sure. So he leads off with Blissey, and I lead off with Tyranitar, and in my entire competitive Pokemon battling career, so to speak, he's the first person I've ever seen to lead off with Blissey. So, I don't know, I guess it turned out bad because, as you just saw, I got smacked in the face with a freaking Focus Punch, and that's gonna bring it into KO range. I'm actually surprised I didn't take it out because, I don't know, I guess I got minimum damage. But whatever, I'm just gonna hit him with a crunch, and it's gonna take him out, so that's good for me, because Blissies are always a pain in the ass to take out. All you Pokemon guys out there who have to deal with Blissey every freaking 5 minutes, you know what I mean? And by saying that, I mean everyone. So, he goes out into Lucario, and I go out into Skarmory, and he goes for the obvious close combat, and that's why I wanted Skarmory to take it. And he goes out into Salamence, and I'm gonna switch the hell out of there because I'm incredibly afraid of fire, and I'm gonna run to Shuckle for help. So the fire does come, and it does, well, not incinerate, but it does. I do get hit with fire, and I take it like a beast. Well, not me. The Shuckle takes it like a beast because Shuckle is a beast. He's gonna switch out and go to Darkrai, and that's fine because I'm just gonna go for some Toxic, and Toxic is always good. Toxic. It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. Excuse me, I just had a random outburst. Normally I would say I had Tourette's, but then that would be offensive to people who actually do have Tourette's. But I should just stop talking. I'm sorry. So he goes for the Dark Void, and that puts me to sleep, and I really don't care because it's Shuckle, and that's what Shuckle does. It's sleep. And he goes for some Dream Eater, and I was like, what? Dream Eater, but you know, whatever. That doesn't do very much considering it is Shuckle. And I go into Tyranitar right here because excuse me, I wanted to take the Dream Eater, and he doesn't go for Dream Eater there, he goes for Nightmare, and I was like, double what? And, yeah, he just switches out and goes into Lucario, and I get scared out of my pants, and so I go back into Shuckle. And Shuckle's just sitting there sleeping, goes like, yeah. So he goes back out into Darkrai, and just for Death Water, I presume, because he gets taken out by the Stealth Rocks, and I'm just gonna switch out into my Big Bird here because Big Bird's a fucking baller. And he goes on to Latios, and I'll get scared out of my pants again, and I'm gonna go into Heatran to take the Thunder. And Heatran takes the Thunder pretty well, and he's getting hit by Sandstorm, I'm getting my lefties. And he goes for Waterfall, and I was like, triple what? Waterfall? And I was like, what? Waterfall on Latios? Surf would have been better, in my opinion. But, you know, it's his life, it's now or never. He ain't gonna live forever. Excuse me. But, whatever, I mean, what are you gonna do, right? It's his choice. I am not one to judge, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. He goes for another Waterfall, and that brings me down to around 50, I'm sorry, horrible quality. Yeah, I forgot to mention, guys, I recorded this with my webcam, so please excuse the horrible quality on this video. So, I rest off all the damage there, and, oh my gosh, you should have heard him. We were on voice chat during this battle, and he was like, oh my god. He was just spazzing out, man. He was just spazzing out. So, he goes out into Empoleon, and he hits me with a Hydro Pump, which I survive. because I am Special Defense Tran, and Special Defense Tran takes nothing from Empoleon. So, I actually don't know how I survived that. That with enough special attack EVs, that probably would have done a lot to me. But it just did over half, and I wake up, I hit him with an Earth Power, and he goes for a Hydro Pump, gets a useless crit, and takes me out. And I'm gonna go into this thing, OMG WTF BBQ, which is also known as a Garchomp, and I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna revenge kill him with an Earthquake, which is nice, because getting things out of the way is nice. So he goes into Salamence, and I'm intimidated, so I'm gonna run away like a little girl. And I'm gonna go into my Big Bird, because Big Bird eats Dragon Claws for breakfast. So that's what he does. He goes for the Dragon Claw, and I'm just gonna stay in here because, I don't know, Flamethrower is obviously coming, but I'm gonna stay in just as death fodder because I want that thing revenge killed. So he does go for the Flamethrower, and it will take me out, and he gets a crit right there. I'm not sure if that mattered or not, but I really don't care, but considering I just left it in there for death fodder anyway, so whatever. And I'm just gonna watch as the sandstorm rages, and I'm gonna go into Dickheads. Dickheads, that's such a funny name, right? No. And he gets scared out of his pants, and he goes into Latios, and I go for the Stone Age, but it misses. But whatever. If the sandstorm and poison doesn't take it out, I'm just gonna take it out with another Stone Age. And that is what I do. And he goes back out into Lucario, and I'm like, fuck, I'm choice banded, so I can't harm that thing. So I go down to this thing as death fodder, and it's gonna die. It's gonna die to a wonderfully executed close combat, and I'm gonna die, and which is nice because I'm gonna revenge kill it with OMG WTF BBQ, also known as Garchomp, and it gets hit with an Earthquake, and Lucario is going to go down and fall into the little hole. And excuse me, I don't know, I'm sorry. He goes into Salamence, and I am not caring about intimidation this time around because his HP is low enough that I can KO him with Dragon Claw anyway. So, good game, Mervyn. Hope you have a rematch sometime, and bye bye.